Hey guys, it's Lorraine, and this is the 5th episode of the Untold Stories of JCP. Now, as I said in the previous video, I am going to be talking about how I almost got fired twice by yours truly, Athena. Now, besides the obvious fact of doing this as a story, I am doing this to set the record straight, because for those people that actually worked with me, I don't know what they heard or what she may have told people or whatever, because I know how word gets around in JCP. I'm setting the record straight of what really happened on how I almost got fired. Now, once upon a time, there was a girl named Lorraine, and she almost got fired by a complete psycho bitch for the dumbest reason ever. This is not a fairy tale. So, this is what happened. I was closing with Athena that night, and it was really slow. So, like an hour before we were actually supposed to close, she came over and said, "Hey, do you want to go home early?" I'm like, fuck yeah. So since I don't drive yet, or did not drive then, and since I didn't have a car, I called my husband to come pick me up. And that took about, 15 minutes for him to get there. So I closed the registers, I got my stuff, and I just waited at the front for him. So 5 minutes before he actually was going to get there, since he texted me and said, "Hey babe, I'll be there in 5 minutes," I got encountered by Athena. And she asked me, "Hey Lorraine, did you clock out yet?" I told her, yeah, I clocked out, because if I didn't tell her I clocked out, she would have made me go and do some more work, which would have taken, 10, 20 minutes to do, while he was going to be here in less than 5 minutes. So, yeah, I said, yes, I've clocked out already, when I didn't. So, after that, she walks away, and lo and behold, 3 minutes later, he was already there, I clocked out, and I went home. Now, all the fun starts. The next day, I had to go into work. Now, I was having a pretty good day that day. I'm pretty sure I even got, an eye cap or two that morning. So, while I'm working, Athena comes over, and she's like, "Alan needs to see you in his office." I'm like, okay, whatever. I go back there, I sit down, and he starts just talking to me. And then Athena walks in, and that's when the shit hits the fan. Now, I don't quite remember the whole conversation he had with me, but there are some parts that stuck out. He told me that lying to any of his supervisors is like lying to him, and that he hates liars. And he said, "I'm a liar." So, yeah, he sat there. The store manager tells me that he hates me. And I don't know the exact reason, but he also told me that what I did was just as bad as stealing money out the register. And of course, he assumes the worst, and also assumes that I have done shit like this before. Now at that moment, I have no idea what the fuck is going on. I have no idea why he's saying this shit to me in the first place, for just telling a little white lie to his poor little blessed Athena. The guy is defending Athena like I sat there and beat the shit out of her or something. Can you say ass kisser? So while I'm being hounded, Alan has made it very clear that he wants to fire my ass. He sends me out into the lunchroom, and I sit there for 10 minutes wondering, okay, what the fuck am I gonna do? Am I gonna get fired because of this dumb bitch? So I get called back in, and I am surprised to hear that Athena has decided to change Alan's mind about firing me. Does that make any sense to you guys out there at all? It has been a very long time since that has happened, and I still have no idea what the fuck was going on there. What person calls you out to the store manager to get you in trouble in the first place, and the store manager is ready to fire your ass, and then all of a sudden she's like, "No, we shouldn't fire her." So yeah, all that shit for nothing. I even had to sign some little shitty paper saying that, yeah, I've done something naughty. Oh my god. And Athena wonders why that I don't like her, why I ignored her. It's like, hey retard, you almost got me fired, and I'm supposed to still be friendly and nice to you? Whatever, let's just move on because this subject pisses me off enough as it is. Okay, after Athena almost accomplished getting rid of me the first time and then just kind of taking it back, guess what? She goes and does it again. Only this time, I was pregnant. Now, to make a long story short about my pregnancy with Lily, I was sick a lot, okay? I left early a lot, I called in a lot because she just really made me sick. Once again, it's another night and Athena is closing, and it was maybe 2 hours before the store closed and I started getting a pain in the side of my stomach, and usually if there was like a pain or something it would go away, but this didn't go away. It just kind of kept persisting on. So instead of talking to Athena about leaving because I was kind of concerned about, obviously my baby, I talked to the other manager that was closing with her, and she had no problem with me leaving early, but yeah, I had to actually get permission from the queen bitch. Now, get this, guys. I sit there, I tell her about how I have this pain in my side, and she's like, well, I guess I have to let you go. Yeah, she actually said it in that tone. So, right before I was supposed to leave, I had to call my mom to tell her to come get me because my husband was working, and I told her about my situation. She's like, well, okay, I'm going to drive up there as fast as I can, and we'll take you to the hospital down the street. So while all this is occurring, I closed the registers and I took care of that. I got my stuff, and I totally forgot that I actually got like 2 things I was supposed to get for Lily. So since I had to wait for my mom anyway, I walked to customer service and I bought 2 little items, and right before I was actually going to walk to the front, Athena saw me, of course. I didn't think much of it, so I just went to the front, sat on the bench, and my mom came and got me, and she took me to the hospital, and luckily it was just labor pains. So the next day, whenever I had to go to work, I went in, I did my job as usual, and once again Athena comes over and says, Alan wants to talk to me again. Oh my god, again, really? So I go back there and Alan starts telling me this crazy story Athena's told him. So according to Athena, I got off work and then I started shopping around the store and buying a ton of shit, having a grand old time, which never even happened in the first place. Basically, she made it sound to Alan like I lied about having pain so I could just get off and shop around. So I told Alan what happened. I told him that yes, I was in pain. I bought something I picked up earlier that day, so I had to wait for my mom anyway. I paid for it. I went to the front. She took me to the hospital. Do you want me to bring in I don't know, a freaking note saying that I was there? After I told him that, he just kind of backed off and let it go. Because once again, Alan was about ready to fire my ass because of her. Do you see a common occurrence going on here, people? These are the main reasons out of many why I hate her. I hate her with a passion, and I still do to this day. Because she is a bitch. And I'm pretty sure someone's probably already blabbed to her about the videos I've been making. And she's probably watching this right now, and guess what? I don't give 2 fucking shits. Because guess what? There is nothing you can do to me anymore. I mean, she might try to fire me again. But on that note, I must stop ranting about her. Because this video has gone on longer than it should. So once again, subscribe, do all that shit you're supposed to do, and I don't know what I'm gonna do for the next topic for the next video. fuck it. It's gonna be a surprise and you're gonna like it. No guest appearances tonight.